Yo, man, I just finished watching Hitman versus Murda Mook face off, man, for TBL Takeover Battle League, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. This was one of the best face offs I ever seen, man, in battle rap. Man, they really sold this fight, man. I don't even know the gentleman name who hosted the face off, but he was very good. He was a very great host. He didn't talk over nobody. He wasn't showing biasness or nothing like that. I don't think biasness is a word. But he wasn't showing no bias to neither opponent. He was just, calling it straight down the middle. I like that format, and I also just enjoyed, the dialogue exchange between the two. Um, Murda Mook, man, he ready, man. like I know Hitman was barking on him saying he was scared, but he know Mook ain't scared, bro. But Murda Mook, man, he he had quotables, man, and wasn't even rapping. And what's crazy, Hitman actually did a little quick freestyle in the battle. He said, I mean, in the face off, he said he had like 4 rounds already ready and all this type of stuff. And I can just tell Hitman is very excited and he really want to beat Mook. But I also believe, man, this might be the first time, and this is a hot take. This may be the first time Hitman chokes in a battle, distinctively. He might have had a hiccup before, but I ain't never known Hitman to choke. But sometimes you can be too excited, and the best way to tame a fire is, is to just let it be, like just because like when you moving around and stuff like that, and the wind blowing, that fire gonna blow out quick, and I just think, man, he too turned up. uh and Mook just chilling, man. And I know Hitman said in the face off, I mean, it was so many quotables, man. I wish I had wrote it down, but Hitman was like, man, you ain't even been promoting the battle. And Mook was like, my silence is bigger than anything you could say, and it just made everybody like go, and Hitman was saying how that don't even make sense. And it was a lot of things like that going on in the exchange during the face off. And that's why I was saying, like, to one of my peers, I was like, listen, bro, um, I'm just a fan of that kind of rapping that Murda Mook do. I just love, rappers that rap. And I don't take nothing away from Hitman. As a matter of fact, Mook said he's a fan of Hitman's aura. Like, it's nothing wrong with how Hitman rise to the top, and building URL. Cause he right. I mean, he brought an entertainment factor to battle rap that was non-existent, and then it catapulted him into, mainstream television with Wild and Out. That's super dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you first thought of battle rap, you ain't never think about people wearing jewelry and looking clean. A lot of them dudes looked at grimy, like how my beard is ain't lined up right now. Like, they had that dirty, grimy look. Hitman brought that flashiness, and he brought Hollywood to battle rap. So, I salute him for that. But it's like what Murda Mook said. All you rap about is your money. You're not gonna out rap Murda Mook. And as much as you can be a fan of Hitman, and you may not be a fan of Mook, you can't be logical and use critical thinking skills and think there's anything Hitman has ever put on camera that could amount to the type of rapping Mook has done. Like what Mook did against Tay Rock, man, like that type of rhymer, and Tay Rock is an elite rhymer. I think Hitman might have Hitman beat Tay Rock, you know what I'm saying? But it's like Hitman can't rhyme like Murda Mook, man. That's just what it's gonna come down to. And it's boring these days for me to watch Hitman rap because I'm just not a fan of all this. He just pretty much said the same thing. He talked about how much money he spent, even in the face off. All he kept talking about was, I bet you $100. I bet you $1,000. If you can't say, if you can't name a Murda Mook quotable in 30 seconds, bet $100. Like, everything revolves around money. And it's just like, that's the difference between him and Murda Mook right now. And I just think Murda Mook is gonna come at him with so many like gut wrenching bars that's gonna be like life telling. Like you looking at a man that's, embraced his flaws and talking about his healing journey now. You can't beat nobody who at peace. And I think that's something Hitman's not understanding. Like Murda Mook was telling him, like, you're so angry, man. Like you so emotional. Mook is at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like he done lost his mama. He didn't address his issues and he's working towards, you know, bettering himself as a man. I just think that's gonna reflect in the ring. I just heard Jelly Roll say that when he was talking to the Tennessee Titans at one of the camps. He said when he became a better husband and a better brother and a better son, it reflected with him as a businessman and as a musician. And he started writing better songs and writing better raps, and he became a better overall musician. And I just see a lot of immaturity in Hitman Holla, and I think I think this is gonna help him grow. I think Mook gonna really pull what Loaded Lux pulled on Calico. I think it's gonna be one of them type of one on ones, and I just got a feeling, man, it's gonna, because Hitman also said like, if you don't make it out that first round, you're gonna die. And I'm just like, bro, you're not finna 30 Mook. It ain't nothing you can say. It really ain't nothing you can say to him that ain't already been said. And on top of that, you're not finna literally out rap him. You just can't overnight um get to that level of his type of rap skills. So I'm just gonna be interested to see like what's his approach gonna be outside of talking about the obvious that I put URL in mainstream America and I ushered in millions of views from my performances. If I'm Hitman, I would actually bring show out back. Like I just bring out everything from the essence and show this is why I'm here. That's the approach I would take. And because Murda Mook was just saying a lot of factual things. He was saying like you always arguing with anybody, and every time you in a space, you raising your voice and all that type of stuff. And even then, he got loud. He stood up, and he kept on saying it was just to sell the battle. But of course, he is selling the battle. But when you watch the face off, you will see, man, it was a lot of just over the top Hitman being Hitman. As a matter of fact, it almost seemed like he was trying to outdo Cassidy promo tactics trying to sell the fight. But the fight don't need to be sold through all that because these are two juggernauts from their respective eras and they finna clash, and it's the clash of the Titans. So, the names and the resume speak for itself. And like I said, man, I got Murda Mook winning this battle, man. I got Mook 2-1 clear, but I'm sure more people, when it's all said and done, they probably gonna say it's a debatable because the names are just too big of a magnitude. But they definitely got respect for each other, and they both, I know are extremely calculated and will be prepared to go to war. However, man, it's always the person that's composed and quiet who you gotta keep your eye on, and that's why I think Mook gonna wrap his ass off, man, in that battle, and I think he gonna chop his head off, for real. No, pause if needed, but yeah, it's gonna be one of them, man. Y'all drop a comment, man. Give me y'all thoughts, man. If you saw the face off, man, let me know who you got once again, man. Murda Mook versus Hitman Holla, September 13th, man, going down in Texas, bro. Houston to be exact. I am James Vergato, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.